President Donald Trump has announced new auto tariffs. So, how will this impact the economy, trade relations, automakers, and car buyers? I'm Veronica Dudo. Let's find out.
This is In America Today from the Ticker News Studios in New York City.
President Donald Trump is taking a bold step in his trade policy, announcing a significant increase in tariffs on auto imports. The White House says the 25% tariff is up from the previous 2.5% and will go into effect on April 2nd, aligning with Trump's broader plan for reciprocal tariffs. The president argues that these measures will boost domestic manufacturing and lead to job creation in the U.S. auto industry. However, concerns are growing over potential trade tensions and economic repercussions with key allies like Mexico, Japan, and Germany, which are among the top auto exporters to America. Here's President Trump from the Oval Office.
Doing is a 25% tariff on all cars that are not made in the United States. If they're made in the United States, there's absolutely no tariff. We start off with a 2.5% base, which is what we were at, and we go to 25%. And basically, as you know, and as you've been seeing, not reporting as accurately as it should be reported because it's a massive story. Business is coming back to the United States so that they don't have to pay tariffs.
For more, I'm joined by Glenn Lundy, the founder of 8,000% Elite Automotive Club. Welcome to the show.
Hey, well, thanks for having me, Veronica. I greatly appreciate being here.
What is the administration's primary goal in imposing these tariffs, and how will they impact the U.S. economy?
Well, I think like anything, it seems like they're playing a little bit of chess. And so there are two goals when it comes to these tariffs. The primary goal, of course, bringing business and bringing manufacturing back into our country, right? Helping serve our economic base, creating jobs here in America, so on and so forth. I think on the other side of that, though, obviously there's a reason they call them trade wars, right, Veronica? So they are positioning and jockeying with these other countries to let them know that, hey, we're not just going to sit here and let you guys take advantage of us anymore. If you want to sell into our market and if you want your economy to be boosted through the activities that you're doing over in your country that get sold into our country, well, then you're going to pay a premium for that. So it's a combination of bringing the jobs back here in America and also positioning with strength when it comes to the other countries.
How have automakers and industry leaders reacted to this announcement?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of confusion right now, that's for sure. The manufacturers, part of what have they done is they've stockpiled a ton of parts. So they've been stockpiling parts and so on and so forth to be able to manufacture these vehicles, unsure of exactly how the tariffs are going to affect some of these parts, because the parts do go back and forth across different borders when it comes to logistically distribution of these things. So they've been stockpiling to kind of prepare to get ready. There's also been discussions of opening new plants, starting to already put together blueprints and so on and so forth on what that looks like. Then when it comes to leaders actually on the retail side, you know, the car dealers that sell the Fords, that sell the, or not the Fords, but you know what I mean, sell the Nissans and the different foreign products, those car dealers are just in limbo, waiting to see what's going to happen from the manufacturer, how it's going to affect the prices directly, and how that's going to affect their consumer market. So there's a lot of trepidation, but really no one can make any moves until we figure out exactly how this plays out.
Can the United States auto industry realistically scale up production to meet demand if imports become more expensive?
I believe that they can. I really do believe that they can. The resources are there. The auto industry is a very cash-heavy industry, and so a lot of cash is turning day by day in this business. And so the resources are there, and as long as we can work together with great contractors, which I believe this country has, they should be able to build the facilities fairly quickly. Now, of course, there will be an impact where we have demand that still continues to exist but we don't have inventory while they're building out these facilities. So I would say there's a good chance that for anywhere from 9 to 18 months, we're likely going to see a price hike, a price increase when it comes to the vehicles that we do have on the ground, while we're building this infrastructure to be able to deliver for all the demand that exists in America.
Now, how do these tariffs align with President Trump's broader trade policy and his push for reciprocal tariffs?
Yeah, I think that for many years, Veronica, this country's been taken advantage of. For many years, other countries have, I mean, we've seen tariffs as high as 250, 300, 400% tariffs from other countries as we're exporting our goods and selling into their different markets. And so we've been taken advantage of for a very long time. And Trump was given, Trump was given, I've lost the word. But anyways, Trump and the administration, when they came in, the American public said, listen, we need change. We're tired of getting stepped on. We're tired of getting kicked in the face. We're tired of being bullied by all these other countries. A mandate, that's the word I was looking for. His administration has been given a mandate, and they are executing on that mandate. I truly believe that.
Now, of course, we have heard the president talk a little bit about the potential for feeling short-term pain, but realizing that potentially in the long run, it could be extremely beneficial. Could these tariffs lead to higher prices for American consumers? And if so, do we know yet by how much?
Yeah, absolutely. It is very, very likely. I would say 99% chance it's gonna increase prices on our new vehicles, just while the manufacturers are having to try to figure these things out. Now, the long-term play, of course, we're already starting to see it, right? Hyundai has already released a $21 billion plan to build plants here in the United States that's going to open up 14,000 jobs for America. Now, obviously, it's going to take time to build that up. So when you have a shortage of supply and we have demand, prices go up. So yes, there's going to be an increase in price. We're probably looking at an increase in price somewhere around 20 to 25%, which we have seen that already on the new car side in the last 4 years. Since pre-COVID numbers, we've seen a 25% increase in retail pricing on these vehicles. So we're going to see another 25% would be my guess, which is going to bring the average new car payment up to probably $850 a month or so, which is going to be very hard for the normal middle-class American to afford. So ultimately, our used car values are going to go up as well as they become more in demand. And so that's a good thing for the consumer, because your current vehicle you're driving will be worth more. But as far as going out and buying something new, there will be a premium attached to that for a good duration of time.
What impact could this move have on U.S. relationships with key allies, particularly with Mexico, Japan, and Germany?
Yeah, I think we've already seen it's going to piss them off, Veronica. It's going to make them mad, and that's okay. Sometimes that's what we got to do, right? Sometimes we have to stand people up and have uncomfortable conversations, and we got to bring things to the table in order to do what's best for this country. This government has been hired to do what's best for this country, for Americans. And sometimes that means that the relationships with people that are taken advantage of, those relationships have to come to a head. So yeah, Canada, Mexico, this is going to make a massive impact in a seemingly negative way for them. They're going to have to pivot and make adjustments, which ultimately I think that they will. But there's going to be turbulence for sure, and they are not going to be excited about this in any way, shape, or form.
So definitely a story we will closely be watching. Glenn Lundy, the founder of 800% Elite Automotive Club. Thank you so much for your time today.
Oh, thank you, Veronica. It's an honor. I really appreciate being here.
This is Ticker. We'll be right back.